Alright y'all, what's good, what's tea? It's your girl MT back on the scene, so you already know what that means. And I'm back with another video for you guys today. Did I say video? I'm back with another video for you guys today. So basically, I'm gonna get right into it. This is gonna be your first story time on this channel, okay? It's gonna be the first story time on this channel. This came to the head because on Facebook the other day they were sharing posts about surviving a Leo or whatever. If you know, you know. And I shared it and I was like, let me know if y'all want me to make this a story time, because it's some tea, okay? So a few people commented and was like, I need that. And I said, you know what, I won't say no names, I ain't gonna start no beef, but for me, I'll let y'all know what's tea. Like, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to be real with y'all. I'm here to show y'all what's up. I'm here to be me and tell y'all all about me, all about MT. So basically, we're gonna get into this real easy, simple. But before we do that, I need you to like this video. I need you to comment on this video with some ideas for what you want to see, and I need you to make sure you share this video with one of your friends, your auntie, your cousin, your grandma, or anybody who you think will enjoy watching me. So again, and thank you for anybody who is subscribed. You know, thank you for anybody who checks and sees if I'm posting. Thanks to anybody on my social medias that even if you haven't subscribed yet, if you're not sure if you want to subscribe yet, if you're at least viewing, I appreciate the views as well. So yeah, I'm just gonna get right into it. But basically, this story time is about surviving a Leo. So usually what those posts are talking about, it's surviving having any type of relationship with that sign. So in my case, I don't want to say I was in a relationship with a Leo, but almost damn near. Like, in my head, I was in a relationship because of the way things were for a long time. But basically, this video is gonna reveal a lot of things that a lot of y'all didn't know. A lot of y'all that have been had me on social media for a long time, that seen my relationship. The last relationship that I publicly was in is not the relationship I'm about to discuss. I was in a relationship right after that one, and that's the one I'm gonna be talking about. So basically, in order to tell the story right, I have to start at the beginning, which I'm gonna try to, like, you know, skim through it, because it's not really, it's like the tea is really at the end. Like, the tea is how it ended. Like, that's the tea. Okay, so basically, I want to give you guys a backstory. So basically, I was in a relationship. That relationship was getting really toxic. He had cheated on me, and then after that, it was like my emotions towards him kind of changed, but I was still fighting to, like, try to keep it there, because he was there for me in a very dark place in my life, and I really wanted to make it work. But at the same time, like, after he cheated, like, they say that it's hard to let it go. Like, you become a different person. I became a different person. I became very controlling, very, you know, insecure, and I really didn't like that, whatever. So for both reasons, not just, you know, what he did, but for other reasons, we separated, whatever. During our separation, I began talking to another person. During our separation, because we were not together, we called it quits. It was over, and I moved out. We were not living together anymore, and it was official. So I had ended up starting talking to somebody else briefly. It was probably like a month or so, but during that month or so, I was very intrigued. Like, he made me feel different. He was a different type of dude than I was used to. He was very funny. We used to laugh together, like, and that's a big, like, thing to me. If you know me, you know I like when a man can make me laugh. If you can't make me laugh, I can't mess with you, because I'm very goofy. I like to have fun. I play a lot. I need a goofy man. So yeah, he was everything I thought I needed. Like, I thought he was, like, perfect for me. It was going pretty good, you know, FaceTiming every night. You know how it usually be when in the beginning, when they trying to pull you in, get you all lovey-dovey. Yeah, so he was doing really good. It was good. And but then the last person came around, and he wanted me back, and, you know, all sorts of stuff. And what I had with that person, it wasn't really, like, we never said we were talking. We never said we were really nothing. It was just the day-to-day talk. Like, you know how you naturally grow a connection with somebody, so you naturally talk to them all day, 24/7. It was like that. But we never had put no name on it or whatever. But I did have feelings, and I kind of could tell he had feelings. But when this person came back into the picture and he wanted me back, and he was, showing like that he was sorry and he really loved me, whatever, me being me and like having so much history with that person, having so much connection with that person, and thinking about the past, not even how things were, but how things used to be. I wanted to get back to that so bad. Like, I wanted it back so bad because it felt so good when we were good. So I didn't even tell him nothing. I just blocked him on everything. I blocked him on everything, and I went back to the person. Yeah, okay, slap me or whatever, but it's like, I feel like we all been there where you in a toxic situation and you want it to work so bad. Like, and I'm not saying it was toxic only because of him, because I don't want him to think I'm back, like, saying bad about him, because it wasn't just toxic because of him. Like, but I will say, once I was betrayed, I changed. And even no matter how hard he tried to make me feel secure, no matter how much he did good, I was gone. Like, my heart was over it, and I had to accept that. But yeah, so basically, yeah, I left him for the ex, and well, not left him because we weren't together really, but I cut all ties with him, cut all contact, whatever. And in the midst of the old relationship, and this is where I can truly say that saying of what goes around comes around is very true, because I blocked him and I got with that person, got with my ex, and then something about me, like, it's like I was forcing it to like be back with my ex or whatever. I was forcing it because I loved him, and I felt at that time I thought love should be enough, but it really isn't. It's trust, it's respect, it's everything. So it's like, once certain things are gone, it's very hard to build it back up, especially when too much damage has been done. So instead of, just moving on, I went back, and what I did is end up hurting the person I did not want to hurt, which is my ex. In our relationship, when we got back together, whatever, we jumped back to where things were, and I was different, and I ended up reaching back out to that person, because something about it, like, every day I would like think about him, and I think about, damn, like, this is not where I want to be, like, that's where I want to be, like, but it's like, at the same time, how do I betray someone who's been there for me forever, So like, long story short, I'm gonna skip all that because that's not the main point of surviving the Leo. So basically, I just wanted to explain that so you can understand the backstory, because I still feel like, even though I blocked him and I did that, I didn't deserve what happened to me, because I didn't cheat, like, we were just getting to know each other, we were just building a bond, So it's like, I don't think it was that serious for me to, like, but I do know that we were feeling close. So sure, the ex caught me speaking to the Leo, and he was very upset, but I was honest with him, and I told him, can't hide it now, like, it's right there, so I told him, like, that's who I've been talking to, that's the person I started talking to when we were broken up and whatever, and he didn't like it, whatever. He basically broke up with me. Yeah, it was a big thing. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. I don't know if I broke up with him, he broke up with me. I don't fucking know. It was bad. It was crazy. And then, so I left him, and I began a new relationship. Well, not a relationship, but we were talking, whatever. And we still weren't even together, because he felt like he was an option at that point, because I had stopped talking to him to go back to that person. But it wasn't that he was an option. I genuinely liked him. But it was a simple fact that, history and all sorts of stuff was in my head, and I felt like the loyalty was towards my ex, which was wrong, because for me, your feelings, you should go off of how you feel now, not how you used to feel. So that's how people get hurt. Yeah, we were just talking for a while, and then it was getting more serious and more and more serious and more and more serious. And I'm not going to speak on things I've done for him, but all I'm going to say is I was a great woman to him. Anything that happened to him, anything that hurt him, anything that made him sad, it made me sad. I used to cry when he would tell me certain things that he was going through. I used to want to be with him all the time. I always, like, it was something about that this Leo brought out emotions of me I never knew I had. Like, he made me feel like I wanted to be so loving and nurturing to it. Like, if like I saw a broken soul and I wanted to fix him. Like, I felt like he deserved so much more, so I was giving him everything that I felt like I deserved and everything that it seemed like he deserved, because he seemed like he had been through so much. And just the deep conversations we would have, like, we really be like connected, and I felt like I knew him and I felt like I knew his soul. So I was like if I'm in the position, I'm going to push him and make him better, you know, like, you know. So basically I just did as what a girlfriend or someone you're dealing with should do, which is push you to do better and help you if they can. So that's basically what I did. And then we did that for a year and some change. Like, I started talking to him February of 2019 or 2019. We broke up like a month after Valentine's Day, or 2 months after Valentine's Day, which is 2 months after February. So like, yeah, I would say April. We broke up in April. And so that like a year and 2 months later, we broke up because this whole time, whatever, like, yeah, me talking to this boy, he had a best friend. Now, mind you, I also had a best friend, but my best friend wasn't around. Like, he was always around, but we fell off for a good like 2 years. Like, we weren't as close because he was going to school. I was in a relationship with the ex for a long time, and like, it was separation, really. Like, separation made us grow apart, whatever. But when I had moved out of my ex's house and I moved into my father's house, which is in the same town as my best friend, we got closer again. But me and my best friend had never had a sexual relationship. It was always a friendship. We had never crossed those boundaries ever. And I was under the same impression with the Leo. But certain things the female would do or post or say or act around him would make me think otherwise, because I'm a female and I know how females act, I know how females think, I know how females, you know, assess situations, I know how females act towards people that they like or people that they find attractive. So the way, it really wasn't him, but some of the things he did was, I'm not gonna like put it all on her, because at the end of the day, she felt comfortable because he allowed her. But I put them both in their place, let's just say that. But yeah, so the best friend, she was doing a little too much for me. So I told him, I said, you know, I don't mind you being her best friend. You know, I seen she came around the same time I came around. Like, I'm not going to tell you can't have female friends, but there has to be respect. Like, there has to be boundaries, certain things. Like, I feel like she does too much, and certain things I feel like you need to check. And it was an argument every time, and it was always, you're insecure, I'm not doing anything, I would never mess with her, she's this, she's that, a bunch of negative things, trying to basically putting it all on me, like reflecting the energy onto me. Then it became, this is how I really should have known, because they say when someone accuses you when they have no reason to, that usually it means that there actually are, that they're the ones doing what they're accusing you of doing. So I should have known when he started accusing me and my best friend of doing things, when I'm going to keep it a whole 100 with you. Me and my best friend have never had a sexual relationship. And the fact that he took it upon himself to do that because I was noticing things that were genuine, like, okay, you guys tell me. Certain things I would notice is like, he'll tell me he's busy, like we can't hang out because he's busy, like doing things, and then she'll post on Snap driving around in the car with him, or you know, or he'll tell me he's going out, he's not gonna be home, and then she's at his house. Like, it's like, I'm not an insecure female. I have guy friends. My man can have guy friends, but it's respect. And the fact that I felt like that woman was constantly put before me, it was an issue for me. So that was the only time we really argued, was about that. It was always 90% of the time about that. And basically, long story short, I'm gonna get to the tea. So things started to like get a little negative. Like at first it was mostly positive. Like we were mostly happy, having fun. We used to hang out a lot. I used to go over his house all the time. And that's another thing I should have noticed. Like, I always had to make the effort to go to him. Like, he never made the effort to come to me. He came to my house one time. He made the effort to drive to my house one time. Every other time, and this is when I didn't have a car, so it was Ubers. So it was never, like, but I wouldn't say he made me feel unwanted. He made me feel wanted, but it was just, he didn't put the effort, you know? So that was a sign as well that I missed. But you know, love is blind. So then basically this is what I'm getting to. The last couple months, whatever, like the last 3 months, we were being really, it was mostly arguing. And like anytime we talked, I noticed his attitude was different. So I started talking to him, like, you know, I was telling him, like, you know, like, I honestly feel like something's going on with you guys, and like I won't be upset, you know, like, because at this point I was begging for the truth. Like, you know how you feel something in your heart, but it's like you don't have no proof and it's eating you alive, and you feel like they could just set you free by telling you the truth. Like, that's how I felt. And I was telling him, like, you know, we can be friends, I won't be upset, I won't hit you, I won't make a scene, I won't do the most, but I just need you to know, like, I feel it, like, I know, and I'm begging you to be real with me. I'm begging you to tell me. If you ever loved me, you ever cared about me like you said you did, I wish you would tell me before you break my heart. And I told him many times, and he flipped it on me. Oh my God, you're so insecure, I would never deal with her, and all this stuff. And it was so much, and it started to make me feel like I was crazy. So right when I started letting my guard down, and I thought I really was getting to the point where I was getting depressed, because his whole attitude towards me changed. Like, he'd get annoyed with me like this. Like, he would look at me like if everything I said annoyed him. Like, it was just like, it was weird. It wasn't him. It wasn't how he used to treat me. So I knew it was something. And I just couldn't put my finger on it. And the last day I spoke to him was the day everything happened. Like, I cut ties with him that day. So basically, y'all ready for this? Okay, so I was home and I had went to sleep. This is the night before everything happened. I had went to sleep, fell asleep a little early. Like, I usually stay up a little late, but I fell asleep early. He had FaceTime my phone, but now that I'm thinking, it could have been that her to FaceTime my phone, but I don't know. He had FaceTime my phone that night, like 11 something. I didn't answer because I was sleeping and I didn't hear. And I woke up the next morning, I had seen his call. I waited a little bit, and then, because I was cleaning up my room and stuff, and then I called him back, and he didn't answer. And then I'm waiting, I'm like, oh, I miss him, shit, like, let me call him again. So I called him again, like, ring, answer the phone. Little do I know what's going on the other side of the phone. So he doesn't answer again. So I'm like, okay. And I think like 10 minutes went by, like, not long. It was like 10 minutes went by, and he called back. So he FaceTimed me back. So I answer, and I'm like, hey, like, what are you doing? And he's like, what the hell did he say? He said something, and I made a joke, and then he hung up, like, fast. He hung up. So when he hung up, I'm like, what? Like, why did he hang up? So I called him back, and he didn't answer. And then I called him again, and he didn't answer. So I'm like, what? That's weird. So I texted him. When I texted him, my message turned green. Now, anybody who has an iPhone knows that your message either turns green when the phone is dead or they blocked you. His phone was not dead because he wouldn't have called me back. So I knew that. So off rip, I'm like, he blocked me. Why would you block me just to, like, after you just called me? So I messaged him on Instagram. I'm like, you really gonna block me over a joke? Like, it was a joke. And a girl DM me back. And if I still have the messages, I'll put them in the video, but I'll just cover the name and stuff. But the girl had DM'd me back and she was like, this is not so-and-so. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, you just called me, like, don't play with me. Like, at this point, he plays, but he usually doesn't play like that, so I don't know why. But I think I was just trying to, like, calm down, because I was like, he's not this dumb. But I'm like, stop playing. Like, I know that was you. I was on FaceTime with you. I can see your face. Like, and she goes, no, I called you. But he took the phone.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Right there, my heart dropped, because me knowing me and I know him, it's not no random girl. I know exactly who this is. It's the best friend. So already my intuition, I know who it is, because I have had this feeling for a long time that there was something going on between the two. And I wrote back and I said, so FaceTime me back, because I really didn't believe, I couldn't believe it. I had to hear the voice. I had to hear the girl or something. So she FaceTimed me back, and she's in his room. And mind you, she's FaceTiming me off the phone. I bought him.
What? What the fuck?
So now I'm really on 100. And, so yeah, so she FaceTimed me back, and she puts the phone towards the ceiling, so I can't see, like, her, but I hear her. Mind you, I never had met the best friend in person, and when I've asked him to meet her in person, he always had an excuse. And I said, why can't we be friends too? If that's your best friend, why would she not want to be cool with me? I'm your girlfriend. I'm your, you know, like, why she can't be cool with me? Like, yeah, we're not official. Like, I'm not gonna say I'm your girlfriend, but I'm your person. We're both saying we're not dealing with other people. So why would she not want to be my friend? So yeah, I shouldn't have known that was an issue too. So I never seen the girl in person, but I knew who she was. I seen who she was on social media, but I never knew who she was. And basically, so she had the phone like this, so I never heard her voice before, really. Like, but I kind of knew. I'm not dumb. I knew. So she put the phone up like that, and she's talking a lot of shit. Like, she's like, why are you calling him? I heard you're crazy, you're annoying, stop calling his phone. And then at this point I'm hot, so, you know, I'm disrespecting, I'm getting crazy, whatever. And I'm like, you know, saying what I'm gonna do and all this stuff. Like, I hope, and I'm asking her, like, who are you? Like, why, like, show your face. Why are you not showing your face? Like, and she's like, I don't have to show my face or whatever. And she's saying, I'm scary, I'm not gonna do nothing, I can't fight. I don't know if this is things he's telling her, because she doesn't know me from nowhere. I've never met this girl in real life, so I don't know where she was getting all this from. But it was really, must have been from him. Like, the same way how he would talk junk about her to me, saying all the negative shit about her to me, I'm sure he was probably doing that to her, but the stuff he was saying wasn't facts. So okay, but anyway, so I was arguing with her, and then I told her, I said, where is he? And when she flipped the camera, there he goes in a towel, like if he just got out the shower. So at this point, now my blood is boiling, and then he's not saying anything. I'm speaking to him, and he's not saying anything. So now I'm like, you chose your side. Okay. But now my issue is, this girl is on my phone, calling me from the phone that I bought for you. When you didn't have anything, I bought that shit for you. Your best friend didn't make sure you had a phone. That's why I was really upset, because I always told him, like, you know, I would understand if you wanted to be just friends. I genuinely cared about him as a friend before anything. So I wanted us to be cool. And I feel like we could have been cool if he would have kept it real with me. But because he played this role for so long and made me seem crazy, that's why I was so upset. But yeah, so the girl and me are arguing, whatever. And I'm like, I'm not an arguer, so I'm not going to keep arguing with you. I see that you're at his house. I didn't even say nothing. I said, okay. And I hung up. Let her talk her shit, and I hung up. I texted his number, and I said, I'm on my way, because I wanted her and him to be ready for what I was coming to do, because I wasn't coming to talk.
We ain't gonna do shit. You ain't gonna do shit. You ain't gonna do it. You ain't gonna do shit.
So basically, I texted his number, but I was blocked, so it didn't go through. So I messaged him on Instagram again, and I said, I'm on my way. So then for the girl could be ready, or if she really didn't want no smoke, she could bounce. So I don't know if she thought I wasn't serious. I don't know what she thought, but yeah, I pulled up. So I pulled up, and when I pull up with my mom and my sister, well, my stepmom and my sister, and her boyfriend at the time. And we pull up, and we seen her friend outside the back door. So when we seen her friend outside the back door, I like walked up behind her and I looked at her face because I didn't know who the girl was, whatever. And at the same time, I'm not for sure that this is the best friend, but I'm pretty sure because I know him and I know he doesn't have random girls in his house. So I almost knew it was the best friend, but I'm like just making sure, like, you know. So I looked and I didn't recognize the girl, so I kept continuous to go into his house. So I went to go to his back door, and there goes the best friend coming out of his back door. So as she's coming out, I'm like, so you're the one who called my phone? And immediately she looks at me like she done seen a ghost. Boo, bitch, I'm here. And she goes, yeah, but let me grab my sneakers. So I said, go ahead, grab your sneakers, but come outside. She goes back inside, but I guess she went to grab him. I don't know if she thought he was gonna save her. I don't know what she thought, because she didn't come back outside with sneakers on. She still came outside with socks on. So, but as she comes out the door, I hand my phone to my sister, and he walks behind her, and as she's coming out, he stops at the doorway, and I immediately attack. And you know, whatever, I dropped her real quick, threw her to the floor, whatever. I wish I had a video for you guys, because I don't want you guys to feel like I'm gassing anything up. I'm gonna tell you exactly how it happened. If you don't believe me, don't believe me. If you do, you do. But I'm just telling you because this is a part of the story time and how I handled the situation. But yeah, she came out the thing. I hit her one time, and I slammed her to the floor. And when I slammed her to the floor, we're in his driveway, and his driveway has a lot of gravel, like, you know, rocks on the floor. So as we're on the floor or whatever, I'm on top of her, not all the way on top of her, but like on the side of her, leaning over her, and I was punching her in the face, and I could see her face, that I knew I was punching her directly in her face. And then I had a wig on, it came off, whatever, but I don't care, like, it's a wig, I could buy a new one, yeah. So, but she didn't punch me not one time, like, she didn't even really fight back, I'm not gonna lie. And then I swung her, she fell on the floor, I was punching her, and then I grabbed her I was getting so frustrated because she kept moving, and because she was moving my legs, and my legs were rubbing against the gravel, so I was scraping my knees on his driveway, so I was getting more mad because I was hurting myself. So I grabbed her head and I started banging it on the driveway, and that's when my mom, before my mom even said something, her friend was like, stop banging her head in, like, said something like that, like, stop banging her head in, or you can't be banging her head like that. And my mom was like, not even him, not the best, not her friend, not nobody else, my mom came in between and was like, that's enough, Mariah, like, that's enough, you're gonna hurt her. So when she said that's enough, I wasn't hearing it, so I got up, but I took her with me, and I started kicking her in her face, and I'm like, I knew you was in him, like,
stupid bitch. Stupid bitch.
I knew you was, and I was kicking her, and then I just let go because I'm like, I'm done. Like, I just had to let go of all that anger and that hurt, because I knew it for months, but I held it all in because I really wanted to believe that I was crazy. Like, I didn't have no proof. I never caught him laid up with her. I never seen no crazy text messages. I never seen nothing. So it's like, he offered to let me read their messages. Like, it was so much stuff. It was making me feel like I was crazy. So when I realized I was right, it's like, wow, you guys both really played me.
Gotcha, bitch.
Played me, like, so it's like, yeah, I can laugh about it now because it's like, it's funny to me now that I really dealt with that for so long. Like, first of all, if you're a woman out there, don't ever stay with a man for a year and he tells you that he's not ready to be public. That's bullshit. Any man in this world, when he truly loves you, truly cares about you, don't want you with nobody else, he's not gonna keep you a secret. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a difference between being private couples and secret couples. if nobody knows you guys are together, that is a secret. Now, if people know you guys are together but don't know none of your business, that's being private. He tried to use that privacy thing to keep me secret, and that's two different things. And I know it wasn't that. I feel like he really just didn't want to be with me, but he didn't want to hurt me because of all the good I was to him. But he could have been honest with me. But I mean, I guess that's the Leo thing, you know. He always said he was so honest, but he was really the biggest liar. But yeah, so basically how that ended was, you know, my mom broke it up. He kind of tried to do something, I don't know, help a little bit, I don't know. And they broke it up, whatever. She tried to run up from behind, but my mom wasn't having it. And then we got in the car, I drove off. They tried to FaceTime me one time. I don't know if that was her or him, but they tried to FaceTime me when I was driving off, and I didn't answer. So I don't know if that was her or him, but then ever since then, I never spoke to him. I spoke to him in like an argument like recently because of something else, but that was nothing. Like, I wouldn't even consider it a conversation, really. Like, it's nothing. Like, I've moved on and I've grown from that experience. That experience showed me a lot about myself. It made me appreciate the love I give, because he got the love that nobody's ever gotten from me. Like, nobody in this world has ever received the love I gave to him. So maybe I served my purpose. Maybe I gave him the love he needed, and maybe that's what was my purpose for that time. Like, at the end of the day, that's God's plan. At the end of the day, he wanted me to go through that so I can learn and I can be better. I don't regret anything, because at the same time, like I said, it taught me a lot. It made me a different person. It made me a different woman. I would never accept certain things ever again. Like, certain things you just can't get past me anymore. So I appreciate him for that. Like, I don't even hate him. I wish him the best. Like, I really wish that his life is good and his family is good, and, you know, even if him and her, you know, get married or whatever, I hope, like, I hope that's, like, I hope what he did to me was worth his happiness, because what he did towards me didn't benefit him. That saddens me, because the way he hurt me, I would hope it was for something, you know? So, yeah. So basically they ended up together. He posted her not long after. He wanted her the whole time, and I'm not jealous, you know. I kind of knew that, but he always denied it and always, you know, downplayed their situation. So I was just going off of what I knew, you know. I don't know the girl from nowhere, so I didn't feel comfortable asking her. Like, she doesn't owe me any loyalty. So yeah, but thank you guys so much for watching this video. Again, just like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you guys turn your post notifications. Yeah, this video's only getting a little too long, so I'm just ending here, but I really appreciate all the support. And yeah, comment what else you want to see from me. Mwah.